Well. Well. That's no good. That is no good.
That was quite the crash. I wouldn't have left the marsh had I known we were headed for such a spectacular landing. It's a miracle we all survived unharmed. We did all survive, didn't we?
I'm fine. Danstar, are you okay?
I'm okay too. A little shaken up is all.
We were lucky. Only a fool braves the air currents without a proper wind map. You can't navigate the skies without them. Not safely, anyway.
A wind map? Guess we're grounded until we find one.
So where are we going to find a wind map of this region? We can't follow Master Li's captors without one.
Things are even worse than that. Look at our flyer. Even if we had a wind map, this thing wouldn't take to the air again.
So things just keep getting better and better, don't they?
Not to further darken your mood, but flyers and wind maps are rare, even in the Imperial City. Out here, they're all but unknown.
Gao and his pirates used flyers to attack Two Rivers, and the Lotus Assassins who took Master Li had them too. Somebody around here must know something about them.
Don't worry, Dawnstar. I'll find a way to get us flying again.
I'm sorry to get upset, but every second we're stuck here, Master Li gets farther away from us.
We're near Tien'S Landing. It's a small village, but maybe someone there knows where we can find a new flyer. If nothing else, I remember a clearing suitable for a camp. And if we can't find a flyer, we can always follow on foot. To the south of the village is a forest. A trade route leads through it to the Imperial City. The village is across the bridge and beyond a large marker stone. Look for the giant rock with a painting of a fish on it, and you'll know you're heading in the right direction.
Let's get moving. Dawnstar, come with me.
Very well. I'll wait here for now. It's not so different from the marsh, actually. More of an impending sense of doom. But that could just be your influence.
We should get going. There has to be a better place for us to rest than this.
Chapter 2, wherein the fall of Dirge is detailed. The woman in black speaks of Death's hand, and Gao the Greater learns the fate of his son. Two Rivers is in ruins, and Master Li has been taken captive. It is clear that the attack was carefully orchestrated, and that shadowy forces have taken an interest in you and those around you. Leaving your home of 20 years, you set out after Death's hand and his Lotus Assassins, intent on discovering the reasons behind his assault. Ah, shit.
Heavenly Wings! Staff! Legendary Strike!
Fucking A. Oh boy, something up. Woo, blacked out too? Jesus.
You fell from the sky, but despite the maddened spirits here, you will benefit. A spirit monk was here long ago, fleeing the destruction that orphaned you. He carried a piece of your amulet. It was separated, broken apart, so your enemies could not find it easily. You have the first piece. It trains your abilities now. The second piece fell here with its minder, hidden until waters receded. A guardian protects it, waiting to test and serve you. The third piece awaits discovery in a distant lair. These three pieces are physical, but there is one more. It cannot be found, only earned. This final piece is all that will save you in the end.
Are you all right? You fell over after the fight. There was something here, but I couldn't see it clearly.
A vision. The same creature I saw in the spirit cave at the school.
You saw a vision? Strange that I could not make it out. Strong spirits are usually quite clear to me. Please tell me if you have any more.
Ninjas. Great.
Stop where you are. Death's Hand should know better than to send his minions out alone. It is clear that you are one of his hirelings, or perhaps one of Gao the Greater's marauding pirates. You will pay for the crimes you have committed.
What do you know of Gao the Greater?
Don't waste your last breath on lies. I didn't get there in time to help anyone, but I saw you lead the massacre in Two Rivers. Clearly you were involved. Death's Hand went too far in ordering its destruction, and Gao the Greater sought to profit from it. My retribution will end with them, but it will begin with you.
Legendary strike. Dire flame. Legendary strike.
Come on.
Enough! The way you move seems odd. A flaw I cannot see, perhaps? But you are better than I expected. You might even beat me if I allowed such insolence. You are too skilled to be just a hireling. Death's Hand would view such ability outside his assassins as dangerous, and Gao the Greater prefers his servants docile.
Who are you, and why do you fight the Lotus Assassins?
Death's Hand may be our common foe, but the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. You chase a great evil, larger than you realize. Leave and you may survive. Others have tried to face Death's Hand, but were destroyed, as Two Rivers was.
This is why I must face him. I must pursue them both. I'm not afraid.
A trait of fools, and perhaps the occasional hero. I also seek answers from Death's Hand and his minions. If you truly oppose him, you will need to find your way to the Imperial City. Of course, only the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please, thanks to Gao. Travel routes by land and water are blocked, but they use wind maps and flyers to further their goals here and in the surrounding forest. Perhaps, if you are capable, we will meet again. I wish you good luck, but you will need far more than that to survive. Farewell.
And there they go.
Ah, you found your way. Good. I decided there wasn't much point in staying with the flyer. It's not going to get much worse in my opinion.
That's completely fair.
Here, I salvaged this gem out of some sort of power source. I imagine you will have some use for it. Now that we're here, we should see if anyone knows anything about flyers. Maybe whoever's in charge of the town can help us get underway again. I will stay here at this new camp unless you need me. It seems like a good enough place to base ourselves out of.
Hello. Stranger, forgive me for being so forward, but if you are wise, you will turn around and leave this cursed, miserable town.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Hush, daughter. You must treat strangers with respect. Once we are outside the town, we must be very careful with everyone we meet. Why are you leaving town? If I could, I would stay here. I'm a simple villager, and I have lived here all my life. But now my daughter and I must venture out into the wilderness.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Though impulsive, my daughter Fuyao speaks truly. The great dam downriver has opened. The river is low and treacherous for anyone to navigate. We are cut off from the Empire. The people are starving and pirates terrorize the town. Our leader, Minister Shang, seems powerless to do anything, so we choose to try our luck in the wilderness. Don't leave. Perhaps I could save the town. A noble sentiment, but one I respectfully fear will do little to help us. You don't know the whole story. Minister Shang would probably pay someone to close the dam, but nobody is brave enough to make the journey. There are dark things up there. Some claim it's ghosts trying to torment us. Some think it's pirates. I don't know. All I know is that there seems to be no way to get the Great Dam closed again. Do you think it'll be better if you leave town? I've heard of the dangers. Wild animals and worse men. Pirates and slavers who swoop down in their flyers on unwary travelers.
Those pirates must be Gao the Greater's men. We know that he has holdings near here, and he has flyers.
I've never heard of Gao the Greater, but pirates have terrorized this region for many weeks. Anyone wandering the wilderness knows they risk being caught by those slavers. Some believe they are worse things in the wilderness, ghosts that torment the living. Still, it's better than sitting in Tien'S Landing waiting to die. Now, if the dam is open, why is the river so low? The dam is downriver from us. When it was closed, the water backed up and drained very slowly, causing the level of the river to rise. Now it is open, the water is flowing too fast and low where it flows at all. Most ships cannot weather it. The town is cut off. This is why we are living. Where's Fuyo's father? Life in a small town on the edge of the empire can be hard, and many people die untimely deaths. What needs to be said on the subject? The survivors must carry as best as they can. Now Fuyo and I should be on our way. If you want to brave the wilderness, I would rather do it with the sun still in the sky. Can you tell me more about the pirates? I haven't seen any myself, but they are there. I have friends who have seen them, and others have disappeared. It is more than mere rumors. That's why I have chosen to take Fuyo to the wilderness. At least there we will have a fighting chance. I will let you be on your way. Farewell, honored traveler. If you must enter Tien'S Landing, speak with Minister Sheng in the town square. But our better plan would be to get away while you can.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place. What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you.
Leave her alone, or you'll answer to me.
Time to teach you all a lesson.
Legendary strike. Stab. Heavenly wave. Legendary strike.
Correct, good sirs.
I was back at the camp when I heard the sounds of battle. I got here as fast as I could, though obviously I arrived too. Hui, what are you doing here?
You know them?
It's been a long time, Zhu. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui.
You two know each other?
Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier, and I needed her help. There was a child, an orphan. I knew Hui could find a good home for her.
Who's the child?
She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation, and knew she would find a good home for her.
Where's the child now?
She's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to worry about something that happened almost 20 years ago.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Zhu mentioned, my name is Hui. Tell me, young man, what is your master's name?
I trained under Master Li of Two Rivers.
I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready.
Master Li told me who he was because I'm his student. How do you know him?
I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The water dragon? The shepherd of the dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
Arrogance, yes, but also audacious.
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the Earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the Emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price.
This act by the Emperor is why Master Li went into hiding?
Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family executed.
Fuck.
Executed. Murdered. The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
But why did Master Li do this? What's so special about me?
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear.
You can trust we, so I don't think there's any reason for you to stick around. I'll be back at the camp if you need me.